hagan amigos y relaciones que duren toda la vida. Entonces sí hay actividades para que los estudiantes puedan participar, como el libro del año o el gobierno estudiantil.
We also have a full service kitchen at the Provo campus, so we are able to offer daily meals of breakfast and lunch. And we also, that includes free and reduced lunch accounts for students who are of lower income.
También hay una cocina en la escuela de Provo, entonces ofrecen desayuno y almuerzo, y hay una opción que se puede llenar una aplicación para tener el lonche reducido o gratis.
Mr. Runyon.
Sure. Okay, so something to know about UCAS. We are partnered with both UVU and MTech. And during your senior year, you'll actually go take classes at UVU as a full-time student.
En la escuela también se participa UVU y MTech, y el último año va a tener el estudiante todas sus clases en la universidad.
Awesome. So how it'll basically work, students will have concurrent enrollment credits throughout their 4 years.
Desde que empiecen, los estudiantes van a estar sacando créditos en las clases avanzadas.
Okay, so for freshmen, you'll have about 1 to 5 credits of concurrent enrollment. Sophomores will have 10 to 15 credits of concurrent enrollment. Juniors will have 15 to 20 credits of concurrent enrollment. And then our seniors go to UVU and take classes at the UVU campus.
Entonces, en el primer año se pueden sacar de 1 a 5 créditos, el próximo de 10 a 15 créditos, después de 15 a 20, y los del último año solo van a tener créditos de la universidad.
And to help you understand, a concurrent enrollment credit means that you take a high school class with a high school teacher, but you also get college credit for that class.
Para explicar la clase avanzada, entonces se toma una clase de high school con un maestro de high school, pero también toman crédito universitario.
So something else that's different about UCAS, we do not have a block schedule. Some high schools have take like 4 classes one day and 4 classes the other day. But with UCAS, we have 6 classes in one day, and you have the same classes every day of the week.
Una cosa diferente de esta escuela es que no tienen un estilo bloque, le llaman, que tienen 4 clases un día y 4 clases el otro día con maestros diferentes. En Ucas son 6 clases todos los días.
Okay. In addition to those 6 classes, you have an advisory during lunchtime.
Y adicional, con esas 6 clases se tiene una clase de ayuda o estudio.
Yes, that's something that's different. So as far as how the credits work as you earn at UCAS, most of our students will earn about 60 credits, 60 college credits by the time they graduate. 80% of our students receive an associate's degree when they graduate.
Al final de UCAS, usualmente los estudiantes sacan 60 créditos universitarios, y el 80% de todos los estudiantes sacan los primeros 2 años de la universidad.
Okay. Something else to know about UCAS, we do offer release time for LDS Seminary. It's offered every period, and an early morning seminary. So that's also an option.
También ofrecen tiempo libre o es clase más antes que se toma el seminario?
And then, so for each student, they will have at least one concurrent enrollment class so that they can get a free bus ticket for the UTA buses, because we don't actually have buses at our school.
Porque no tienen buses en la escuela, se ocupan el transporte público y por eso cada semestre el estudiante debe tomar una clase avanzada.
And I think that is everything I need to go over. So, Mrs. Durbridge.
All right, thank you very much. So we have explained a few things, and you probably have figured out that we are educationally challenging, and so we want to make sure that you're up for that challenge.
Entonces, como han oído, esta escuela sí necesita a la persona que esté bien enfocada en su educación.
One of the questions that we get a lot is, well, if we are ready for the challenge, what are the next steps?
Una de las preguntas que se preguntan mucho es, estoy tomando este riesgo, ¿qué es lo que debo de hacer después?
And the number one next step is to apply to come to the school.
Y el próximo paso es aplicar y venir a esta escuela.
So I'm going to share my screen and show you how to apply.
Va a enseñar ella cómo aplicar.
So up here is the web address for our website.
Ahí es el nombre de la escuela, la página de la escuela.
And down below, right in the middle, it says New Student Application.
Y ahí donde está enseñando, donde dice New Student Application, es donde se debe de ir.
And when you click on that, then you fill out this application and you apply.
Y le hace clic ahí y le sale una nueva página y se llena esa aplicación.
Now, once you have applied, so first of all, the application deadline is a hard deadline.
Para aplicar hay una fecha.
And you have to apply before that deadline, and the deadline is February 19th at midnight.
Se debe llenar esa aplicación antes de febrero 19 a las 12 de la noche.
We will hold our lottery on February 26th.
Y van a hacer la lotería para elegir quién va a asistir el 26 de febrero.
And it will be at 4:30 in the afternoon. We will
Va a
not
ser
have a live lottery this year. It will be televised through our YouTube channel.
La lotería no va a ser en vivo, va a ser pasada por YouTube y va a ser a las 4:30 p.m.
So we just got a question about the lottery, and is it by merit or luck? And it is by luck.
Y en la lotería se trata de solo ser afortunado.
We are required to follow the same state regulations and policies that all charters do for our lottery.
Para la lotería ellos deben de seguir todas las leyes que una escuela avanzada toman, todos esos requisitos.
Another question that we often get is how many students we will accept. And honestly, right now we are planning on accepting approximately 200 ninth grade students. And so a better question may be, what's your probability of getting into the school?
La otra pregunta que se hacen es cuántos estudiantes aceptan, y ellos ahorita están pensando en 209 estudiantes que vayan a noveno. La otra pregunta es cuánta probabilidad tienes de entrar.
And honestly, that depends on how many applications we get. But what we can say is your highest chance of getting in is to apply by that initial deadline.
La probabilidad no se puede dar exactamente, depende en cuántas aplicaciones se llenen, pero tienes más chances si llenas la aplicación más antes de la fecha.
Another question we had is if we take both 9th and 10th graders. And the answer is yes, we take 9th, 10th, and 11th grade new students.
Otra pregunta es si solo son para estudiantes de noveno. No, son para estudiantes de noveno, décimo y de el grado 11.
And that is what I wanted to share with you. We will have a few minutes for you to ask questions to us. And we've already been answering some in the chat, and we'll continue to answer those.
Eso es todo lo que tenían que decir. Pero, después que vean unos videos, va a haber otro tiempo para responder más preguntas.
So one thing before we get to those questions that I wanted to show you is we have in-depth information about our courses.
What was that again? Sorry.
No worries. So we've prepared some in-depth or some more information about our courses.
Ya después va a pasar el tiempo que van a hacer para hacer preguntas de más detalle sobre cada clase.
And so if you want to go and investigate that instead of listening to the questions, I'm going to show you where that presentation is.
Y si quieren ir ustedes a investigar ustedes mismos más sobre cada clase, ella nos va a enseñar.
And so Ms. Weeks, if you want to describe this while I kind of walk through it, that would be great.
Okay. You're going to share your screen?
Yep, there we go. I'll put this link in the chat.
Okay, so yes, we have basically a self-guided tour available for you. And included in that is a video, which is just some really short snippets of teacher interviews. We thought you might like to meet the teachers and the subjects that they teach. And so that's a short video just walking around the school and talking to teachers in each different department. And then on these other slides, you'll also see more course and content specific information by department. So the social studies department has some information specific to that area, as does the English, science and health and math departments.
Entonces, está esta página web que han preparado con videos sobre estudiantes y sobre cada maestro para que ellos puedan explicar sobre su clase y lo que enseñan. También hay presentaciones que uno puede ir y aprender más información específica sobre la clase.
No te quiero ir a otra escuela porque quiero ir a
Okay, so if you want to go and investigate this site a little bit more, or stay and answer and ask questions, we will be here for approximately 40 more minutes to answer questions.
Entonces
Or if
van
you
a
want to
dar,
watch videos and come back, you can do that too.
entonces si van a ver los videos, vamos a estar aquí por unos 20 minutos en lo que ustedes van y si tienen más preguntas, estaremos aquí para responderlas.
Okay, we do have a couple of questions that I have not yet answered in the chat box, so we can do those verbally, Ms. Durbridge, if you want to. Let us also ask you to mute your microphones. We're hearing a couple of people with microphones still on. And if you want to unmute and just ask your question out loud, you're welcome to do that, or you can put it in the chat box.
Si pueden apagar sus micrófonos porque se pueden escuchar unos sonidos y si tienen preguntas también pueden preguntarlas y solo quitan el micrófono.
One question is, for incoming 10th or 11th graders, do course credits transfer easily? We take your transcript from your current high school or junior high as it applies. Nothing from 8th grade and lower applies. So we're only looking at 9th grade grades and above. And yes, those transfer directly over to us, and we just transcript them to Ucas when you come. Another question is, do we have to have a 3.0 GPA before or after the lottery? we highly recommend that you have it before. It's very hard to catch up on a low GPA and increase it significantly in one semester. But if you are close, we will cheer for you, and we will work with you, and we will do everything we can to encourage you to increase your GPA to where you can take advantage of the concurrent enrollment classes that we offer.
Una de las preguntas son si los créditos que ha hecho en las escuelas pasadas van a ser transferidas a Ucas y solo van a ser los créditos de 9º grado. Otra pregunta es que si deben de tener buenas notas o un 3.0 antes de aplicar o después de la aplicación, y ellos recomiendan que lo tengan antes porque es muy costoso subir en tan poco tiempo.
Mr. Runyon, do you want to talk a little bit more about some of the classes they'll be taking and which associate's degree they will get?
Sure. So for your associate's degree, you will get a general associate's degree. It's called University Studies, or I believe it's called, give me a second, Student Leadership and Success Studies is the name of the degree you'll be getting.
El tipo de diploma que va a ser dado es para estudios. Oh, what was it again?
University studies.
Estudios universitarios.
Yeah. So, I mean, the purpose of this degree is to be a general degree that allows you to basically take your general education courses at UVU and a set number of electives that I help you I help you determine what classes to take so that it can set you up best for what you're planned in the future.
Entonces, este diploma solo da las clases generales de la universidad y también unos selectivos, y él ayuda a elegirlos dependiendo en qué carrera uno quiere tomar.
As far as what kinds of classes you take at UCAS, a lot of them are very science and math focused. We are a STEM school. Go ahead.
Sobre las clases que se pueden tomar, son más sobre matemáticas y ciencia por el tipo de escuela que son.
However, we are very aware of what your requirements are for your associate's degree, and we have set up the right classes to take at UCAS throughout your 4 years to set you up to get that degree.
Y también ellos saben todas las clases específicas que se deben de tomar para esos 2 años, y ellos los han dividido en esos 4 años.
Yeah. But as far as your individual plan, as far as like where you're going to go, what you're going to major in down the road, those kinds of things, you'll be meeting with your counselors to make an individual plan for you that'll work for you.
Para hacer el plan en qué vas a hacer ya que salgas de la escuela, ellos nos van a ayudar, por eso hay consejeros y ellos te ayudan a hacer tu plan para tu carrera.
And I guess the last thing I have to say is, yeah, as you take classes through UCAS, freshman through your junior year, you are very limited on your options of classes because we are a smaller school and have fewer teachers. But when you're a senior and you go to UVU, you can take basically a very large number of classes there. You have a lot of choices once you're a senior.
Porque no tienen muchos maestros, los primeros 2 años no hay tantas clases de elegir, pero ya en el último año, porque todas las clases van a ser en la universidad, sí hay mucha variedad de clases para tomar.
And that's all I can think of, unless you can add anything, Mrs. Durbridge.
I think you did great. Keep those questions coming, or if you're watching videos, we're happy to just wait for a few minutes.
Pueden seguir haciendo preguntas o ver los videos.
Is it correct? I didn't see any calculus math classes offered. Is that accurate? Would they only be available in the senior year?
I'll answer that one. So Yeah, we don't actually offer calculus, but what we offer at UCAS are the preparatory courses. Math 1060 is the trigonometry course to prepare students for that. And then if they get to the calculus level, we just send them to UVU and have them take a class there. But we will pay for their math classes as they go through and even help them to get up to like calculus 3 and things like that.
So if,
La, pre-
I'm sorry, go ahead. Anthony.
la pregunta del señor fue que él vio las clases y no vio una clase matemática de calculus. Y
Yeah, that's what I'm asking about. So the question is, so my son's on track to be in calculus his junior year. Would that be an option to go do calculus his junior year and then do another math class his senior year in concurrent enrollment? If that's the track record he's already been on with the accelerated math that he's in the gifted and talented program.
Yeah, I can answer that. So we will pay for classes when students are math ready. So we've had students who have come in as 10th graders having had SM3 already. And so then we'll put them in math 1050 and 1060 early, and we'll pay for them to take it on campus before their senior year.
entonces
you.
la pregunta se respondió y dijo que sí, ellos ayudan a poner en la clase de matemáticas que el estudiante debe de ser y Ucas, la escuela paga las clases universitarias.
You will likely have more questions as you go through the virtual tour. Feel free to pop back in, come back to this same site. We will stay on and answer your questions either on the chat or audio live if you'd like to just jump on, unmute your mic and ask your question. Otherwise, you are also invited to write any questions down that you have, and you're welcome to email those to any one of us at the school and we will respond promptly. School dances. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Antonio, and then we'll answer the dance question.
Entonces, si van a ver los videos, si tienen más preguntas, aquí vamos a estar para responderlas. Las pueden escribir en el chat o solo decirlas verbalmente. Y sí.
The answer to the dance question is yes, we have several dances throughout the year, and we are talking non-COVID. We are expecting to move out of this dreary time. But even this year, we are planning, with the inclusion of student testing, we are going to have our first school dance upcoming this month. And next year, we hope to do even more.
Una pregunta fue hecha que si tienen bailes en la escuela y si son en la escuela, y la respuesta es que sí hacen múltiples bailes, pero sí, cuando no estaba el COVID, pero ahorita van a tratar lo mejor que se pueda hacer uno en este mes, un baile también.
We're just answering, I think we've been getting some direct message questions and we're just answering those in the chat. There's some unique circumstances we're addressing right now.
Ms. Durbridge, can
Yes.
you put in the link in the chat again?
Yes, for the website. Yep.
Yeah. Para la pregunta de los videos, la señora va a poner otra vez el link para que los va a llevar a la página web de los videos.
Okay, let me do that. There we go. So that first link is a link to our website, the virtual open house. And then I'm also going to put a link to the application.
El link que acaba de poner de primero es el link para la página que tiene todos los videos y también va a poner otro link que va a llevarlos a la aplicación.
And just a clarification on our chemistry class. The chemistry class that we offer in Provo is a high school chemistry class, but we do pay for students to take college chemistry on campus.
Había una pregunta sobre si ofrecen química y si ofrecen química en nivel de high school, pero también pagan por si el estudiante decide tomarla en UVU.
And yes, we have PE classes.
Y si ofrecen clases de educación física.
What's the total student enrollment at the Provo and at the Orem locations?
So right now we have approximately, I gotta think, I normally think of it through grade level. So my numbers are right, it's about 350 in Provo and just a little bit lower than that in Orem. Our goal is to have approximately 400 in each campus.
La pregunta fue cuántos estudiantes hay en los dos campus y la respuesta fue que en el de Provo tienen 350, alrededor de 350 y en el de Orem aproximado lo mismo, pero ellos prefieren tener 400 en cada edificio.
Are you guys fully doing it online right now this year?
No, we are able to see our students 2 days a week. So we've divided our student body into 2 cohorts. And we've been able to do that the entire year. So students have had the opportunity of coming to school on, if they're in the A cohort, they come on Mondays and Wednesdays for the full day. And we've done that to reduce our numbers and allow for more social distancing. If you're in the B cohort, you come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then Fridays we leave open for teacher consultation, testing, and online work at home for students. So we expect students on the days that they are not physically at the school, they do complete their schoolwork for that day at home.
La pregunta fue que si este año todo es en
The
línea.
Orem campus is just adjacent to UVU. It actually is part of the UVU campus, but it's on the what is it, northwest fringe of UVU campus.
La respuesta de la pregunta fue que no está todo en línea, se ha dividido, se va parte en línea y parte a la escuela. Han dividido a todos los estudiantes por su apellido y si están en el sección A, solo van a la escuela el lunes y el miércoles. Si están en sección B, van los martes y los jueves. El viernes lo han dejado para tomar exámenes o hacer citas con los maestros. Otra pregunta fue sobre la localización del campus de Orem, si está en UVU, y la respuesta fue no, está pegado a UVU.
I have another question, if that's okay.
Go ahead, Sarah.
So my son has been attending UVU prep, and we were told that Nebo School District would give him high school credit because of that. Will that, like, I assume that it would, since it's through UVU. Will he get credit for that?
So let me address this one. I actually used to be the curriculum coordinator for UVU Prep, so I'm very familiar with their program and I love it. I'm so glad to hear that he's coming from there. Honestly, we right now are not crediting their courses. And the reason why is because he's going to have so much STEM credit, he won't need it.
La pregunta fue que el hijo de ella asistió a un programa de UVU y quería saber si esos créditos serían transferidos. Y la respuesta de la maestra fue que no, porque no va a necesitar tantos créditos en ciencia.
I will also say, though, that his time and effort in UVU prep has not been for waste. Students who come from UVU prep are very well prepared for early college.
También quiere ella decir que los que fueron a ese programa no fue tiempo en vano, que los que asistieron a ese programa y van a nuestra escuela están bien preparados.
So we have a question about language classes. Ms. Weeks answered that in the chat. Thank you.
Había una pregunta sobre los lenguajes que enseñan y enseñan español y chino. I don't know.
Do you have students that use Front Runner to then walk to your Orem campus? And if you do, how long is that walk? I guess they have that pedestrian bridge that's coming online, right?
I used to take UTA all the time, and I am so excited about that pedestrian bridge. There is also a bus transfer that goes right from this station in Orem to the Orem campus, and then UVX goes right from the Orem station, and there's a stop right in front of our Provo campus.
La pregunta
Is it
fue
viable
que-
to walk from front runner to the campus, or that's too far?
For 11th graders for Orem campus, it is viable. It's about a 20-minute walk. On a good day, if I jogged part of it, I could do it in about 17.
La pregunta fue si cuando se ocupa el tren, cuánto deben de caminar de la parada del tren a la escuela. Y la respuesta fue que hay una estación de bus de la parada del tren a la escuela. También es para el edificio Norem. Para el de Provo también pueden ocupar el bus para llegar a la otra escuela también.
I would not recommend them walking from the Orem station to our Provo campus. It's just too far.
Y si ella no recomienda que caminen, que ocupen el bus desde la parada del tren.
If students want to park, if they want to drive and park for the Provo campus, there's plenty of student parking at our Provo campus. For the Orem campus, they can either purchase a parking pass and then park right outside our school. There's a free pass where they can park at the Orem Front Runner station and then transfer or take the pedestrian bridge up. Or if they are enrolled in the release time seminary, the seminary also has parking at the Orem campus. That was a lot to translate. I'm sorry, Antonio. And you're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, I was answering a question in the chat.
I saw that.
You're talking about, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What was the
It was
explanation?
about parking.
Oh, yeah. La pregunta fue si tienen carro y se quieren parquear en Ucas, si eso lo dejan. Y sí se puede hacer, ellos tienen unos parqueos, pero si quieren más oportunidad de parquearse en UVU, se debe de pagar un permiso.
And so just to clarify, 9th and 10th attend in Provo, 11th and 12th attend in Orem.
Sí, los de 9 y 10 van a asistir en Provo, y los de 11 y 12 van a asistir en Orem.
Looks like some of you know each other. That's good.
Se mira
Ucas
que
is
algunos
public.
se conocen, eso es bueno.
I was just going to say, UCAS is fun with friends. And even if you don't know anyone when you come, you're in the same boat with everyone else and everyone is making new friends when you get here.
Es bueno tener amigos empezando Ucas, pero también si no tienen, todos empiezan así, entonces todos se juntan y hacen nuevas amistades.
In fact, that's one of the things I love about our school is because so many of our students come here not knowing other students. They find new friends, they make new groups, and they become lifelong friends.
Y esa es una parte favorita de ella, que en Ucas todos llegan nuevos y hacen sus amistades, sus grupos, y esas amistades duran toda la vida.
So there was a question. Oh, Ms. Weeks answered it in the chat. Thank you.
I get a question. What time does school generally start and end?
I'm gonna let Antonio answer that one.
So school starts at 9 a.m. and it ends about 4, depending on what campus you're in. Provo ends a little earlier just because of the bus system, but it starts at 9, and I know Provo ends at 4:40, 3:45.
Yeah, 48, but yeah.
And Orem ends at 3:53. Entonces la pregunta fue, ¿cuál es el horario de la escuela? Y empieza a las 9 y usualmente dependiendo en qué edificio va a ir, termina a las 4.
We also have both buildings open at 8 o'clock. So if your students want to come early, we actually encourage that. We have several teachers who will come in and help teachers before or after school.
También la escuela va a estar abierta, los dos van a estar abiertos a las 8. Entonces los estudiantes pueden ir y así hacer más preguntas a los maestros.
Thank you. A los dos.
We have a library. It's a small library in our English classrooms.
La pregunta fue si hay una biblioteca. Sí hay, es una chiquita en solo las clases de inglés.
But
However-
as a UVU student, you can access the entire huge and amazing UVU library.
Y también porque van a ser estudiantes de UVU, van a tener toda la biblioteca de UVU y van a tener, ya.
I just saw that question come up and dang, no, we do not have a girls football team.
Y sí, ya se hizo la
Ok.
pregunta, no tienen un grupo de fútbol de niñas, no hay ningún tipo de deporte en Ucas.
However, we often have lunchtime activities. In non-COVID times, we have done a flag football competition. We have done a 3-on-3 basketball tournament and some other activities like that.
Pero sí ofrecen actividades durante el lonche cuando no estaba COVID, que eran como de fútbol y básquetbol.
Yeah. I think Antonio is answering that Spanish question, but do you know the answer to that one?
Sí, la pregunta sobre el bus, sí hay servicios cuando se hace el estudiante, un estudiante de UVU le van a dar una identificación y con eso se va a poder ocupar el transporte público como el bus y el tren gratis. Y entonces no va a tener que llevar a su estudiante.
Y si necesita ayuda a encontrar los RATs, podemos ayudarte. Solamente llamamos y podemos ayudar. Yes, here is the link for the tour. I just saw that someone wanted that posted. Your emails don't change. That's a fantastic question. Is it Katie or Caddy? I think probably Katie. But yeah, that's a great question. So once you get a UCAS email address, it's your student email address through your whole time here.
Una pregunta fue si el correo cambia, depende en dónde, en cuál en cuál grado está uno y no, es el mismo correo durante todo el año, todos los años, por los 4 años.
You will be given a UCAS Gmail as a 9th grade student. And that is a specific email associated with UCAS. So you may have your own Gmail account, but that is not the email that you will use to correspond with our teachers and do your schoolwork at UCAS. So once you enroll, we provide a brand new Gmail email account for you that is attached to UCAS. And that email will stay with you, and that is the same email that you will use for all 4 years.
Entonces, ya que uno aplique y lo acepten a la escuela, le van a dar un nuevo correo electrónico que va a estar conectado a la escuela. Con ese correo electrónico van a poder contactar a los maestros y hacer todas las cosas educativas con él. Y sí, ese correo lo van a tener durante los 4 años.
You're welcome to continue staying on. We will stay with you for a few more minutes. The link will work after we go. You just keep that link and you can view that at your leisure in any order that you would like.
Thank you so
Entonces,
much for everything. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Entonces
If
se
you have more
pueden
questions-
salir
Oh, go ahead.
para ver los videos o quedarse. Aquí vamos a estar para responder las preguntas y el link siempre va a servir.
And you're welcome to stay longer. We'll be here for about 10 more minutes.
Y se pueden quedar, nos vamos a quedar unos 10 minutos más.
Faith, if you can hear me, it might be better to just call the school and answer your question or ask your questions that we were talking about earlier. I can give you a lot more information.
También van a poder hablar a la escuela. Ella les va a poder responder todas las preguntas.
Yeah, anyone is welcome to call if you have other questions that come up.
Si tienen más preguntas, solo hablen.
The bus pass is tied to your UVU ID account. And so once you get concurrent enrollments, when you get accepted, you fill out an application to attend UVU. And once you apply, then you can get a UV ID, and that has the bus pass embedded on your ID card.
El pass para ocupar el bus está conectado con el ID de UVU. Ya que lo acepten a uno a la clase, debe de llenar una aplicación para asistir a UVU y ya que lo acepten, le van a dar ese ID.
Have we answered your questions?
¿Han respondido todas las preguntas?
Did we miss any?
¿Se nos olvidaron algunas?
Last week, we had over 100 students on this virtual open house, and we will have one more open house on the 17th of February. If you would like to come again or invite any of your friends. But we do highly encourage you to complete your application and apply for the school by the February 19th deadline.
La pregunta sobre cuáles clases va a tomar. Si está ella en 9º grado, solo va a tomar clases las avanzadas en Provo. No va a tener que ir a UVU. Eso ya va a ser en las clases de 11 y 12. Pero sí va a tener el crédito por las clases avanzadas que va a tomar. And then what you said, Mrs. Weeks?
Nothing. We're good. I sent that to you instead of everyone.
Oh,
We're good.
también va a haber otra bienvenida el 17. Si tienen otras preguntas, también se pueden meter o quieren invitar amigos, también se puede hacer.
Okay, did I miss a question or comment?
There's one that was sent directly to me, so I'll just answer it verbally. And the question was, if my student was homeschooled, can I have them come to UCAS? Yes, you can. So we do have, as part of your entrance, we have you take kind of a placement test that'll help us get a better idea for classes. We would encourage you to take at least one class, one 8th grade class. That is a core class. And honestly, I would suggest that class is either a math or an English class. We want that to be from an accredited institution. Just then that'll help us generate a GPA and satisfy UVU's rules for their 3.0 GPA. And we can give you some information about how to take that class.
Una de las preguntas que fue mandada a ella personalmente fue si el estudiante porque solo fue enseñado en casa, si lo iban a poder aceptar. La respuesta fue que sí se aceptan, solo que van a tener que tomar un examen antes y también van a recomendar que tome una clase de matemática o inglés para poder tener los requisitos con UVU.
Let's see, there was a question in the chat, how soon after the lottery do you start registration for classes? So we have you do the lottery, then do your UVU application and collect some other paperwork. And at that point, we set you up for what's called an Enroll Me Now meeting. They're very exciting. And that's where you get registered for your classes. So as soon as you get your paperwork in, then you can start registering for classes.
La pregunta es, ¿qué tan rápido me puedo registrar mis clases? Y primero hay que llenar la aplicación, ser aceptado, después llenar la aplicación de UVU y otros papeles de llenar, y ya después vamos a tener otra bienvenida que va a ser más enfocado sobre las clases, y ahí sí se van a poder registrar por las clases. Entonces solo hay que llenar todos los papeles para registrarse.
I am also going to put my email in the chat. So if you have questions, I'll also put Ms. Weeks in there as well. If you have any questions, you're welcome to email us if that's easier.
Ella va a poner su correo electrónico y también el correo electrónico de la señora Weeks. También ahí les pueden mandar preguntas.
Okay, it's been nice chatting with everyone. We thank you for coming and hope that you will stay in touch if you have any questions that were not answered. The lottery will be on February 26th at 4:30 on YouTube. So you can tune into Ucas on the YouTube app, and you will see us there. Or come to our website and we'll post it on our website as well.
Entonces, muchas gracias por venir. Ya se va a acabar el tiempo, pero también va a estar el 17, otra bienvenida como esa. Si tienen más preguntas, también están los teléfonos para hablar. Si tienen más preguntas, los correos. Y si la lotería va a ser el febrero 26 a las 4:30 y va a estar en vivo en YouTube.
All right, thank you everyone for coming. We're going to sign off for now and wish you a wonderful evening.
Muchas gracias a todos.